Man, that's certainly a title to get a notification for, am I right, fellas? And now to stall for at least the next 30 seconds before I say it out loud so that I can maybe put some mid-rolls on this. Hey again, fellas, and welcome back to With a Y. Because of the lack of a better term, I'm gonna say one of my guilty pleasures is continuing to be a My Hero Academia fan. Probably couldn't call that guilty because I'm pretty open about it. But also, it's like going on subreddits for like really hardcore stuff that I don't do. For instance, the title of this video that probably has a bunch of the letters replaced with numbers, just giving you leech speak flashbacks, r/heroin. Full disclosure, these are very adult subreddits, and they have a lot of content on there I'm not going to be showing you here, and I'm not doing this to glorify the use of any hard drugs. This is not something I'd ever touch, and I'm also not here to try and kick anybody who's down because life circumstances put people in hard spots. Like, there are a lot of people who got addicted to painkillers because they had like an accident, broken a bone or something, and when they run out of opioids, they go to the street stuff because it's cheaper and you don't need a prescription. And to this subreddit's credit, they don't really invite new people in. Like, when somebody says they're planning on doing this for the first time, they get like 0 upvotes and invariably a bunch of people in the comments saying, "Don't do this, man. We are in the hole and we realize we made a terrible mistake." And I hope that comes across as a strong enough message for you that people here actively doing it are saying, don't do it. And the original poster here decided it was in his best interest to not do it. That said, it's hard to get past how funny some of the posts here are and the justifications for addiction people will create, and this is coming from a place of experience, seeing other people struggle with it. A post to r/heroin 2 years ago, anyone gotten this strange benefit from your addiction? Instead of thinking of my depression/unhappiness, dissatisfaction as something inherent to life or my malfunctioning brain, I now see the problem as simply a lack of opioids. I also now have an objective purpose in life, and it's to get more heroin. Suck it, nihilism. Would you guys be surprised then anyway if I told you this was another Leafy-inspired meme? He used to just make these titles where he'd put the name of the drug in the title. The original thumbnails have been lost to time, but the guy in this re-upload more or less gets the message across. And I was thinking, you know, there is some humor in these, but maybe I can also co-opt the format in a way that like talks about these with some nuance. Not a whole lot because I'm incapable of it, and ultimately we are having fun. But you shouldn't have fun by doing really hard drugs. They ruined gooning on opioids. Does beating your meat make opiates weaker? I've noticed changes in the potency of heroin depending on if I nut before. It's kind of incredible that this person, every time they say I, they accidentally make the typo if. I first noticed it with a week of abstinence from meat beating. Beating off is a thing, because I'm still young, I guess. Bro, there are like 80-year-olds beating off. It's not a young person thing. If I take number 3 heroin on a day I nutted, it's way weaker to me. Basically, I didn't take heroin since 3 days, and I haven't beat my meat until today. Incredible life story, man. When you inject heroin, some of it goes to your brain and some of it goes to your balls to be stored for the body to use later. Okay, I have to censor this because there are very explicitly rocks being shown here, but the crazy part to me is that this is like not a one-of-a-kind post. This is a common phenomenon. When you're fully addicted to heroin, but still have class. Some very nice, like, finely made pistachio cheesecake and heroin. This was like 7 months ago that somebody was enjoying a, like, high-class dessert that you can only get at fine establishments such as Cheesecake Factory with their hard drugs. I just couldn't believe when I was doing my own independent research of the subreddit later on, I found a second guy who was like Future and really just likes cheesecake at nighttime and was showing off how nice his rocks looked next to the cheesecake, man. Oh, raspberry cheesecake and some particularly good heroin. There is no good heroin. Maybe some of it isn't laced with fent, but it will never be a net positive in your life, promise. I also want to give a shout out to anybody who's posted the subreddit talking about how they're trying to like kick this shit for good. Wishing you all the luck in the world and more power to you, man. I wish you luck on your journey. There were people in the comments being supportive, giving advice for like their attempts to do the same, trying to help people on their journey to sobriety, which I think is really cool. But then you also have like posts like this, which are just, wow, that is technically how this happens for everybody who has this addiction. Hard to believe my dad busted a nut 24 years ago and it turned into a heroin addict. By the way, I want to clarify, whenever I say heroin, I'm not talking about drugs. I simply mean like a female hero, a heroine. I would never talk about such uncouth topics on my channel. That would be so irresponsible. Here's the Try Guys when they were still with BuzzFeed doing $40 heroin versus $200,000 heroin. Broke bitch business, I cannot be your mains. Damn girl, this dick got you shaken. First of all, I'm having drug withdrawals. One of the top posts on this subreddit subreddit is like a rage comic of a troll face. Injects Wonder Woman, injects Wonder Woman, injects Wonder Woman. Oh no, the horrors! Shout out to this guy who 6 years ago was 8 years clean. I'm hoping that makes it 14 today. I think some of the scariest things that being addicted to any psychoactive drug can do is like literally make you lose time. Whether it couch locks you and you just like become nobody for however long, or if you're afraid of what you did during that time. When you come down from it, whether it's some hard shit or like a night of way too much drinking, it can be like kind of scary to like look over how irresponsible you were being and telling yourself, man, I should never do that again. Time freezes for 48 hours and you're the only thing not affected. What do you choose to do? I wish I could freeze for 48 hours and time would just move on. I don't know why you would want that like ever, man. Like you can do that while maintaining consciousness. That's called heroin. Yep, definitely not a thing I want or want for any of my chat. God, man, I gotta stop streaming so much. I'm calling like my YouTube comments section chat. What's going on with me, man? There's also the matter of like the lengths you'll go to hide something you're ashamed of being addicted to from the people in your life that you love, and also from cops. I bought a pocket pussy to hide my dope in the car. I just ordered a fleshlight and I'm going to keep it in my car. I doubt a cop is going to stick his finger up it to get my dope. Unless he's like a cop who goes into the station's evidence locker and just takes the shit they collected for the trial and takes it for himself, then he'll know exactly what you're playing at, man. You're taking a real risk here. I hope this helps someone else. Maybe get one that looks like an asshole to really freak them out. Tell me if any of you guys had something adjacent to this experience when being asked to go to watch the Minecraft movie in theaters with your friends who really wanted the experience of somebody yelling chicken jockey and then throwing like 3 gigantic jumbo tubs of popcorn for the underpaid staff to clean up. Hey, you want to come over and play Minecraft? Bro, I am your drug dealer. Also, like coming over to play Minecraft is something I don't think I've done since I was like 12 when I first got it on my Xbox 360, and there was some charm to having it on a console for the first time. Nowadays, I feel like it's just easier to play like remote and have a full monitor to both y'all selves. Still, this guy said, closest I've ever been to a friendship. Damn, dude. I'll come. Want me to bring something? Just bring your own Xbox controller and I'll take care of the rest. You got it, bro. And a fuck ton of heroin. Is the psychoactive effect you get from a drug like Wonder Woman even something you would want while playing Minecraft? Like, could you really like appreciate the thing in design you're making in that game if you aren't like more aware? Like people say weed sparks creativity. I disagree. Depends on the day. So like there's a 50-50 chance it'll couch lock you or turn you into a savant who like is making some Picasso level shit in the block game. But still, people are so quick to think you smoke when they see a lighter in your room. Yeah, they think I'm stanking up my apartment by smoking indoors. Man, I can't afford to hotbox this shit. My landlord's gonna be all over me. Like, did you stop to think for a second that maybe, just maybe, I use it to heat up heroin in my teaspoon, Abigail? So true, Queen. Please get help. This is one of the grimmer posts I'm including from the subreddit, but I think it is still important to like look at the reality of these sort of things. Somebody posted a picture of him in the back of an ambulance, but it was like hopefully a genuine wake-up call that they're saying it is. Time to kick this demon in the balls. Headed to detox. Wish me luck, everyone. And as someone looking from the outside in who's never struggled with anything as hard of a thing as heroin, that's what I can only wish you, man. Wishing you the best. There are resources on this subreddit for both recovery and harm reduction. The thing that this subreddit has given me, though, is a peer into what a real addict lacks like and what a guy who's posing as an addict on Twitter for the sake of a funny tweet is like. Like, this shit is real, man. They are not joking. Now, the last post I want to highlight here is a guy who was planning to go on like just a cold turkey, preparing himself to just cut this shit off and ride out the strongest withdrawals. He's like, I got ice cream, soup, Coke, and Lucozade. I hope he meant like Coca-Cola, tobacco and straight cigs, paracetamol, antihistamines, and various teas. Also a bit of weed and a small bottle of whiskey. And this guy was planning on watching Trainspotting 1 and 2 in a distraction while he was going through this, which some people have likened to trying to quit meth and watching Breaking Bad. I've never seen Trainspotting, so maybe it's more apt than that, but just the idea of somebody like, you know, I need to get off this shit. Time to like watch the thing that makes it look the coolest of any media ever. That's all I got for this video. Here's hoping that it's still up within like 24 hours of me first uploading it, because as much as there's like entertainment value here, I did want to touch on the serious aspects of it. And I'm doing my best to stay within, you know, the guardrails that YouTube has set up for discussion of such things. And also I want this to do well and stay up so I can make the meth video. That's all I got. That kwytebox email is in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss yourself.